What's going on, everybody? This is Joe, and I am back with another Kamigawa Neon Dynasty pre-release pack opening. I have done a good number of these already, and if you have missed them, you can check up in that top corner where there is a playlist for you in the iCard if you want to see all of them, because we have had some pretty spicy openings. I like this set quite a bit, and I think, when I let the set know that I like it, it lets me know that it likes me back. Now that all the people who are totally weirded out by that statement have clicked off of this video, hi, thank you for being here with me. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you are enjoying all the cool stuff that we make on this channel. The second green D20 in a row for us. Spoilers, I guess, for the last video, because I know that's what everybody's here for, is to see what die I open. So, there we go. Here is the divider, if you're unfamiliar with what comes in a pre-release kit. There is the building a pre-release deck / Kaito Shizuki insert that apparently I do not want you to be able to fully see. There we go. Which is pretty cool. I like that. Kaito is actually a card that I have not gotten yet. Kaito nor Tamio. I have gotten a lot of the Wandering Emperor. Oh, I don't think I've gotten Tezzeret either. So my promo foil rare is this Surge Hacker mech. Now, notably, I am going to have to open this package, and I hate doing it. That Surge Hacker mech looks amazing in foil. Wow, wow, wow. Because we have a code for MTG Arena in this pack that we will be giving away at some random point in the video. Oh, thank God. This one opened a lot easier than literally any other that I've done so far, I think. So we will move that code off to the side, and we will give that away at some random point in the video. Okay, so yes, we have the Surge Hacker mech. I mean, in terms of playing it, it can basically go in any deck we want. Obviously, it would want to be in a more vehicle-heavy deck, but, I mean, a 5/5 Menace vehicle with crew 4, as long as we have a creature, or we have, like, are confident that we would have creatures with power 4 or greater, this could probably go in any deck, really. And then we have some stand-in cards for the double-faced sagas. We have, we'll go into the packs themselves, as we want to do in these videos. If you have an idea of what kind of a deck you would make out of this kit, as always, let me know in the comments down below. We can have a little discussion about it afterwards. So, we have an Automated Artificer, a Tawashi Song Shaper, Kaito's Pursuit Story Spotlight card, Commune with Spirits. Not loving this pack so far. We have a Suit Up, Lucky Offering. Wow, very weak pack. Okay, a Mukatai Ambusher is fine, I suppose. Ironhoof Boar, also fine. A Dokuchi Shadow Walker is also fine. The Ninjutsu for 4 is pretty nice for a 5/5. Our Saga is an uncommon saga in Behold the Unspeakable, that when it gets to Chapter 3, flips into a Vision of the Unspeakable. Now, notably, as we saw, with the Surge Hacker mech being our promo, it's very nice that our first uncommon in this pack, regular uncommon at least, is the Prodigy's Prototype blue-white vehicle card, because if you're unaware, this is what the vehicle deck wants to, or this is the blue-white deck is the vehicle deck. And so that would be kind of cool if we could do that. We got the Behold the Unspeakable as well, which is pretty good. Followed by an Asari Captain. Interesting. So 2 dual-colored gold cards in this one. And an Arachi Merge Keeper, which is a good mana dork, if you will. 2 mana, 1/1 that taps for mana. And then if it is modified in any way, it can tap for 2. So our next rare or mythic is... Wow, I just talked about not having this guy. Hell yeah, it is Kaito Shizuki. No complaints here. That's spectacular. The art looks like super faded. Is that supposed to be that way? Like, maybe because it's supposed to be like hazy in the city? It looks very faded. Like the frame is super vibrant, and then the art is like, I don't know, it just looks like it was left out in the sun, but only that portion of it. Very strange. I'm super happy to have a Kaito. It's my first one. And if I can play him, I definitely would. So, interesting. Okay. Behind Kaito, we have one of the awesome alt art, or full art, I should say, basics, which is gorgeous. And this one's obviously a mountain. And we have a treasure token. What a great way to start this opening. Okay, let's keep it going. Again, if I can play Kaito, I will. Notably, we could still do the vehicles deck and just splash black, because Kaito just needs a single black pip and could arguably go in any deck, really. We have Spell Pierce, Lethal Exploit. I guess there's also an argument for the blue-black deck in general, because we've seen a good number of ninjas already, even though we've only gone through one pack. We have a Favor of Jukai, Disruption Protocol, not bad at all, and that art is insane. I mean, come on. Repel the Vile, very good removal spell. Explosive Entry, Moon Snare Specialist, very good ninja. Jukai Trainee, Voltage Surge, The Modern Age, so two blue sagas in a row with Behold the Unspeakable and now The Modern Age, which flips into the Vector Glider. Not bad at all. If we are going anywhere near that vehicles deck, or, you know, just counting our artifacts in general, sometimes you just have incidental artifacts. It would not be a bad idea to put in this Patchwork Automaton as our first uncommon. We have Norika Yamazaki the Poet as our second. Obviously, this wants more to be in the Samurai or Warrior deck, but if we are doing blue-white vehicles and we, again, incidentally end up with a bunch of Samurais and Warriors, we can definitely consider this one as well. And Flame Discharge, very nice removal spell as well. Which means our next rare or mythic is Hidetsugu Devouring Chaos. I think because I've mentioned how much the fact that I'm not a big fan of this card, like I think I've opened at least one per opening in the last few openings that I've done, and I'm not a fan of this card. Like, I think it's fine, I guess, but it doesn't jump out at me. If I'm missing something with this, definitely let me know in the comments. Like, be like, Joe, you don't get it. In Sealed, it's amazing. In Draft, it's amazing. Whatever. If it's for Commander or EDH, whatever you want to call it, then definitely let me know that as well. I would love to hear folks who enjoy this card, because I'm a little tired of seeing it, but I would definitely understand if people enjoyed it, and I would love to hear that. And then behind Hidetsugu, we have a Windscarred Crag, which is pretty good for some fixing. We've seen some pretty good red removal, although we've been looking at white in some capacity, possibly, or blue-black or something like that. So this is a good one to keep track of that we have. And then behind it, a Samurai token. All right, 4 packs to go. Let's see what this has in store for us. I would love to know from folks what they think of this set. I've really been enjoying it, especially, like, I loved the sealed format. The draft format seems fun as well. We play draft and or sealed every Monday from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern time right here on this channel. We go live at 8 p.m. So definitely make sure that you are subscribed and have that bell rung so you don't miss exactly when we go live and start those streams, like I said, every Monday. We have a Ninja's Kunai. I think this card is fine. I think I would, like, I have trouble finding space in my decks for it, but I've seen people use it to pretty good effect. A Dragonfly suit. We have not seen, notably, a lot of vehicles, so this is a pretty nice one to have. Kami's Flare, seeing a lot of red burn spells. Like a lot of them so far. You Are Already Dead, not bad at all. Tamio's Safekeeping. We haven't seen a lot of green in this particular kit, but I think this is a pretty good card for that deck. A Mirror Shell Crab. This card could go in pretty much any blue deck. It's a little expensive, so if for whatever reason we felt like we were too aggro and would never get to 7 mana, we wouldn't put it in. But otherwise, I like this card. I think it's quite interesting. We have a Golden Tail Disciple, not a bad one at all. A Jukai Trainee, again. A Voltage Surge, again. Very interesting. Our saga is an uncommon saga in the Long Reach of Night. Notably, our first non-blue saga, but still, it's black, and we have Kaito. So there's that. In Chapter 3, it flips into an Animus of Night's Reach. Very cool. I like this one. Then we have behind it our first regular uncommon in High-Speed Hoverbike. So there we go, talking about vehicles. A Tempered in Solitude. So this one definitely wants to be in the Warrior Samurai deck, which is red-white, which we're not exactly looking at. I mean, it's something we can keep track of, but I think outside of that deck, it's probably not that great. And a Sky Blessed Samurai. That's not a bad one in any white deck at all. Of course, goes well in the Human and Samurai deck or in any kind of an enchantment deck strategy. And our rare or mythic in this pack is March of Wretched Sorrow. Okay, I mean, we have Kaito and we have Hidetsugu. Right now, just looking at our rares alone, a blue-black deck, we would still be able to play all of our rares, notably Hidetsugu's activated ability being part red would not be super helpful for us, but still. March of Wretched Sorrow, not bad at all. Behind it, a full art island that is gorgeous. I think this is my favorite. I was saying this in a different video. I think this is my favorite full art basic art. I like this one a lot. And an ad card. Wow, genuinely, credit where credit is due. It has been a long time since I have seen an ad card in these packs. Actually a long time. And interesting. Okay, it is an ad on the other side for the European version because they need both sides, both ads on there, which is why, or at least that's what folks have surmised as to why the ad cards are in the packs. But to be honest, very infrequent. I went on a rant a few sets ago about how annoying those ad cards were, and it really has, they've stepped it up, I think, in my opinion. So I, again, credit where credit is due. I appreciate that. We have an Ecologist Terrarium. I love this art. Like, I've seen a lot of this card, especially when we did our 4 openings at once. We got a lot of them, but this art is amazing. Really, really cool looking. A Dramatist's Puppet. I skipped past a card here. We have Short Circuit. Master's Rebuke, which is a very good green card. We're not really looking at green cards. I don't love Short Circuit, to be honest. We have an Imperial Oath. Card's fine. Simian Sling, not bad at all. A Reckoner's Bargain. Okay, pretty classic, standard. Twisted Embrace is very nice. Very, very nice card. And a common as well, not bad. Aki Ronin, again, cares about samurais and warriors. Our saga, so now we have 2 blue and 2 black sagas, is Okiba Reckoner Raid, which on Chapter 3 flips into Nezumi Road Captain. Okay. I mean, yeah, I would play this one, definitely. Our first regular uncommon is Unforgiving One. Okay. I'm not upset by that. Oh, Colossal Sky Turtle. I love you so much. You don't go in this deck, bud, but you're awesome. I love me some Colossal Sky Turtle. Great card. And Roadside Reliquary. Gorgeous art. I don't... maybe I'd play it. It's card draw. If we have enough artifacts and enchantments, we would obviously keep track of that. And so, our next rare or mythic is another Surge Hacker Mech. Wow. Okay, they're not legendary. I could absolutely include them. And again, I would count my the number of vehicles I had, or at minimum, the number of power 4 or greater creatures that I had. And I would almost certainly include both of these if I had any way of making them work, because why not? They go in any deck, and right now, if we played blue-black, we can play all of our rares. So I kind of cannot imagine why I wouldn't. Behind it, we have a Rugged Highlands, which is not great for the colors that we're looking at so far, and a Spirit Token. We have 2 packs to go, but before we do that, there's this code for MTG Arena that I mentioned. So if you have not used a code from a Kamigawa Neon Dynasty pre-release pack already, realize that if you have, this one will not work for you. It is 1 per account. And if this code does work for you, shout it out in the comments. Let us know that this one worked so that we can congratulate you, first of all. And second of all, so that your fellow viewers will know not to bother. These codes are quite long, so take your time figuring it out. And this is our small way of saying thank you to all of you for watching any and all of the content that we make here on this Geek for All family of channels, because if you're unaware, we have other channels linked down in the description box below. Definitely go check them out, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell there as well. We have Video Games for All and Gluten Free for All. So if you're interested in seeing somebody besides just me, I get it. My wife is pretty cool too, so you can can check her out consistently. I mean, on this channel and on our streams on Mondays and Fridays, but also on Video Games for All and Gluten Free for All as well. So, like I said, definitely check that out. We have a network terminal to start, a virus beetle, a greater tanuki, Saiba trespassers, Moth Rider Patrol, I like this one, not for this particular deck that we're thinking of at this point, but still, a Tawashi Song Shaper, another Twisted Embrace. That's why I mentioned it's a common. We absolutely could have gotten more than one, and we did. And the cool thing about this is not only is it a removal spell, right? 4 mana, destroy target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls, but it then goes onto a creature, thereby modifying it, which is super helpful for cards that care about modifications. Very, very nice. We have another Aki Ronin, another Behold the Unspeakable. That is great. I guess we have that one land that we got, right? The uncommon non-basic land. But I would love some more card draw in with our blue, because I feel like that'll help these a lot if we're playing black-blue and we're just putting both of the Behold the Unspeakables in there. Like, card draw would be super helpful here. But anyway, yes, again, as a reminder, it flips into... Oh, or I could drop it. That's cool too. It flips into this Gravelighter, apparently. No, it flips into Vision of the Unspeakable. Because as I said, if you're not modifying it, if you don't have enough cards in your hand, and by that I mean if you ever go empty-handed without modifying this in some way first, it will just die. It is a 0/0 without it. But yeah, so modifying it or just having a lot of cards in your hand is a great way to make this card very strong. Flying and Trample, or Flample as many people would call it. Our first uncommon, as you saw, is Gravelighter. Very nice. They're talking about card draw, I guess. Then we have Story Weave. I love that art. My God. And Dragon Spark Reactor. Speaking of art that I love. Very, very nice. And our next rare or mythic is a Thundering Raiju. First rare or mythic that would not go into a solid blue-black deck. This one kind of stands alone. I mean, we do have a lot of red removal. So I definitely think that if folks wanted to argue for a part red deck in some capacity, maybe red-black splash blue for Kaito, I could absolutely hear that argument as well. And you may very well be correct in that. But I'm not exactly sure yet. So like I said, we'll obviously check out that we have one more pack to go. But as always, let me know in the comments down below what you would do. I think the splashing blue thing might be a nice idea. But anyway, Thundering Raiju, a very good card. Behind Thundering Raiju, I think we finally have a foil. God, it's been so long. It's a Grafted Growth. Not for this particular deck, but that's a sweet card. I enjoy it. Again, modification for +1/+1 counters, and enchantment entering, etc. Very, very nice. And it's ramping, so that's good. The foiling pattern here is fine, I guess. I'm not in love with it, I won't lie to you. It's fine. Yeah, it's kind of just fine. But it's our first foil of the kit. I'm actually very surprised it took a while to get a foil. A regular island and a replacement card for the sagas, the flip cards. Last pack, one more to go. Let's see how this one helps us out, because I think we're pretty okay so far, not going to lie. But, you know, we could always do better, right? Why not? We start with this Brute Suit. Great card name. Great name. Thundersteel Colossus. Definitely would play this one if we feel like we're not super fast, especially with our Surge Hacker mechs. I would definitely play this card. Great, great card. An Aki Ember Keeper. A Debt to the Kami. Very nice. Yeah, this is really feeling like red-black splash blue for Kaito. Really feeling like that so far. Or I should say at this point. We have a Geothermal Kami. A Futurist Sentinel. Another blue vehicle. Really good. Wanderer's Intervention. Also a good card. Not pulling me away from red-black, though. A Seven-Tail Mentor. A Guardians of Oboro. I like this saga. Again, not for this particular deck, but I like this saga a lot. Tales of Master Sashiro, which at Chapter 3 becomes a Sashiro's Living Legacy. Not bad at all. That is a common saga, by the way. Our first uncommon is Prosperous Thief. Blossom Prancer, nice one. and a Runaway Trash Bot. I love this card so much. Again, I would have to count our artifacts and enchantments, but if so, I would put this in. Shoutouts to Katamari Damashi, really awesome game and game series, which we have streamed on this channel, but the VODs are now over on Video Games for All, so definitely go check that out. And our last, rare or mythic, is a Teachings of the Kirin. I do not like this card. Maybe there are implications in standard or modern or some other constructed format that I'm not aware of, but for limited, this card honks. I do not like it at all. If you disagree, of course, I would love to hear why, so that maybe you can convince me otherwise. But for now, I despise it. But here's Teachings of the Kirin. I wonder if we would try to put it in our deck. And it flips in Chapter 3 into the Kirin Touched Arachi. Very, very nice. A Snake Monk. And by very nice, of course, I mean the art, because I just talked about how I don't like the card, but the art is gorgeous. And of course, as we know, bad cards can still have good art. That's just how Magic works sometimes. We then have a Tranquil Cove, which could absolutely not, I guess it could help us, but we're not playing white, so irrelevant. And we have a Human Monk token. Well, I mean, I don't have to tell you what I'm going to leave you looking at. He's all over all these other boxes. Why not put him right out there for everyone to see as well? It is Kaito Shizuki. This is, like I said, I would absolutely, based on what we opened, I would play black-red, splash blue for Kaito, and I would probably put in a bunch of those vehicles if I could. Play both Surge Hacker mechs, play like the Thundersteel Colossus and the Brute Suit and stuff like that. I'd have to check our creature count in terms of their power and toughness and stuff, just to make sure that like the Surge Hacker mechs could be crewed. But still, all that red removal that we have, we got some good black removal as well. Like, I really think this deck could be something special. So let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree? Is that the deck that you would make? What would you do it differently? In other words, would you not put the vehicles in? Would you go with a different color? Would you not go with the splash? Would you not play Kaito? Do you think that's a little greedy? Any and all thoughts that you might have, I would really love to hear from you in the comments down below. Like I said, streaming Mondays and Fridays if you like Arena or Magic the Gathering in general. We play Arena every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern, and then whatever video game we happen to be playing at the time is what we're playing on Fridays from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. This Friday, if you tune in, you will see us continue our playthrough of X-Men Legends 2 for the PlayStation 2, and if you miss it, the VODs of those Friday streams go up on Video Games for All on Saturday, the next day. So definitely check out all of our great stuff that we're doing on all these channels. We would love to hear your feedback, your opinions, etc. Let us know what you think in any of the comment sections of any of our videos, especially this one. But for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe, and as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody!